No way.
What an entrance.
I'm sorry the theater's so hot. But, it's, pulled it all the way down as low as it would go, but she's a 6-inch leader.
What an entrance.
Thank you guys. Thank you. Sorry, I was in the back and it took me a while. The reason they had to wait so long is I was crying so much.
Michael is not concerned about the start of the Jays game. Hi. Hey,
How are you? Nice to see you.
Welcome, guys. Is it weird to see yourselves like 80 feet high? This is crazy.
It's a little odd.
Welcome to Toronto.
But she always looks this big to me, though. Because she's such a statuesque, gorgeous lady. Sexy lady.
That's going to be the theme tonight, guys. Here we go. Before we get started, there's someone in the audience I wanted to recognize. Are Beryl and Brian Robertson here? Beryl and Brian Robertson?
I think they're in the restroom.
They're in the back. Where? Okay, so dark to see. Just shout out if you're here. Beryl? Yes. Okay, you guys are here. Want to wish you guys congratulations. They've been married 43 years today. Where are you guys? You have to yell sexy lady.
They got married when they were 7.
Yeah. They're huge NCIS fans. They're huge Tony and Ziva fans. Oh, careful. In heels.
Oh, props back on. Reset.
Come on.
Congratulations. The trip down was much harder than the trip back up.
Thank you for coming.
Any plans for the next 43?
Good health.
That's right. Well, hopefully we'll be doing NCIS retirement home.
We are celebrating 20 years.
Oh yes, we are. Oh yeah. See, it's their anniversary. Oh yeah, let's do a picture. Right?
Why don't I take it? I'm not doing much.
I'm doing I'll do a selfie with you guys. This will be my. Oh, what did I do? There we go. Selfie. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, distracted one. Is everybody there? Did I do it even right? Okay. Portrait. Wait, where's Tolly? Tolly, can you use the phone? Hopefully this worked.
Of course.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Michael, that was the worst.
Come on. Beryl, Brian, oh my gosh, congratulations, guys.
You're not going to go up the roly-poly way? It's so much fun. You just lie down, and then you roll over to your seat.
All right,
Exercise I've had in a week.
and that's our time.
No one has anywhere to go. My God, and it's a hammam in here at this point, so it's also a spa.
Okay, it's not just me, it's really hot. And you're wearing a scarf. Well, you heard you're coming to Canada, you just brought a scarf?
My Blue Jay Blue.
Ah, there we go. Way to save that. Well done. Very nice. Okay, guys, let's get into it. First things first. How surreal is it to be back on screen together in your own series after all these years? We know about the storied history of Tony and Ziva. Cote?
Pretty surreal, but also very magical. Michael and I have been friends for 20 years, and once we both left the show, immediately we started talking about how we could get these characters back, and then we manifested it, and things happened, 3 years happened, and then Michael worked in a very successful show called Cote. So I had to wait for them. My life is always waiting for Michael, you know? And then he just magically came together. together, and then we did it, and it was so fun.
Very emotional.
Yeah, it was very emotional.
It's and amazing, and I think it's the chemistry. People love your guys' chemistry. You have this palpable, amazing, magical, explosive chemistry on screen. Was it like riding a bike, coming back together? Did you slip right back into it, or did it take a little bit of work to get the chemistry back?
Come on. Come on.
It took no work at all. And it makes riding a bike look hard. It was just the kind of, it was the kind of thing, all the discussions we had, all the dreams we had, that last montage with the kiss. Come on, I need more vodka.
Okay, so let's talk final script then. When you guys first saw that final script, what was your initial reaction, Cody?
Wow, I had a lot of reactions. First of all, there was a scene. Was it in this one or was it in 9? The pool scene. You guys, there's a pool scene where we tell each other that we can't get married. It was 9, right?
9.
I think it was 9. That was a very intense scene. We worked on it. We knew that it was really important to understand what happened to them and essentially why they couldn't go forward in spite of how much they loved each other. They needed to really work on that trust thing, and they had to let each other go. It was a very intense thing. And we shot that. That was the last scene of the season, right?
Very last night, the sun was going down. We were at the Obama Ritz Hotel in
we were waiting.
Canary Islands, and we had to wait. And I actually went out and sat on that chair by the pool, and I waited for about 45 minutes while they were setting up everything. So when we did the first take of the scene, when Cody walked out, when Ziva comes to Tony, I had actually been sitting there the whole time. We didn't know what it was going to be like, and when we played the scene, it was like.
And what you guys don't know, which is great, is that in the middle of that scene, I had a deja vu. Now, if you've ever had a deja vu, I read once, and it was this really sort of beautiful thing, that when you have a deja vu, it's the universe letting you know that your life is right on track. And in the middle of the scene, I'm doing the scene with Michael, I'm locking eyes with him, and I'm telling him all of these really intense things. He's telling me all of these really intense things. And then all of a sudden I had this deja vu, and I remember thinking in my heart, my life is on track. So it was really kind of beautiful.
Did you have the deja vu as Cody or as Ziva?
As
I'm
Tony,
getting very meta, guys.
as Tony playing Ziva.
I'm glad you asked that question, because if I asked it, my head would have been on fire.
And it was just this really great moment.
That's a beautiful thing. I mean, Tony and Ziva have been through everything together. For people who, I mean, I know you guys are hardcore fans. You guys have been watching forever, from secret missions and to fake deaths and raising kids on the run. What did you want audiences to feel coming out of this finale?
What do you have to say about that?
Oh gosh, my late father-in-law said a funny thing to me once on the day that I was getting married. He said, his name was Miroslav, he says, "Michael, let me ask you a question. Do you believe in fate or destiny?" And I said, "Ooh, Miroslav, I think destiny, because just fate seems kind of final and destiny feels more optimistic." And he goes, "Destiny." And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Then that is your fate." And I was like, oh my God. And I have to say, it came back to me when we were shooting this show, because I think for the audience, there's destiny in this show. That's what I think.
Yes. Cody, I concur. Okay, that's terrific.
My best answer.
Sorry, I'm on the wrong. I was on the wrong station. Let me tune
And we're back. Yeah, there we go. So we've seen Ziva grow from fierce agent into a mother, navigating trauma and dealing with identity. If I were to ask Cody, what part of Ziva's evolution would you be most proud of?
Her ability to overcome really challenging things in life. I've been stopped many a time by women especially, and they always say the same thing to me, which is, God, thank you so much. I was going through a really tough time, and I was able to get through it because the character inspired, you know, my journey, the strength, the idea to keep going and all that stuff. And I thought that was so cool. And it certainly was never, you know, they just kept on writing the character in a certain way. And I like what people saw, that they identified with something, that they didn't see the loss, and they saw strength, and I like that. I think that's really cool.
And Michael, Tony has gone from, you know, wisecracking agent to father and protector. I'd say still wisecracking, right? I don't think you'll ever lose that.
They're dad jokes now.
They're serious dad jokes. What do you think surprised Tony most about himself and his journey?
Well, I think the whole thing for me centered around just trying to project for myself. The adventure was, how can Tony not be all these defense mechanisms and all these uncomfortable, awkward, you might sense I have a penchant for the awkward aside or digression, and how can I make him more direct and more emotionally plugged in and connected to Ziva, and showing that connection, because you know he's a tricky character, and so I wanted to get all that clutter out of the way, and that was a big part of the journey.
Okay, this one's for both of you. Cody, I'm gonna start with you on this. You're both parents. What is more stressful, parenting in real life or parenting as Tony and Ziva on the run with like a burgeoning adolescent?
Is that even possibly close to being like? Yeah.
Reality is the real thing.
Yeah. We.
I mean, look, the circumstances that we have to tackle on the show are hopefully never going to be tackled ever for anyone here, ever. You know what I mean? That kind of urgency and that kind of. But yes, it is. The real thing. In the
Olivia Brody, who played the younger version of Tali, and then Isla Guy, who was the older version of Tali. You know, if we had a moment where they were like, "I'm hungry," you'd say, "Can someone get them a snack?"
Craft services.
It's not really the way it works in real life. And yes.
Can you tell I wrote that question as a non-parent? I just believe everything I see on TV. I'm like, that's stressful for Tony and Ziva. How are they doing that? I don't have any kids. All right, let's talk behind.
Wait till you do.
Yeah, wait till I do. Or maybe I do, surprise.
And she's here tonight.
Okay. This is a Montel. Let's talk behind the scenes. I host a morning show here in Toronto. I know sometimes the funniest stuff, the best stuff, is the stuff that doesn't make it to air. It's the stuff in between the lines when the light isn't on. Let's talk behind the scenes. What was the vibe on Tony and Ziva when the cameras were not rolling?
Very much like what you see sometimes when we're goofing around. I mean, there's a lot of everything. Like, we could joke around and then all of a sudden we're really, really serious. And then we'd be in the middle of a scene and something's not gelling, and then it's like, Michael and I will just look at each other and we'll go, you know, and we, at this point in our life, we don't have to say much. But there's definitely laughter, and there's a lot of engaging with the cast also. A lot of talking with them, and a lot of, you know, creating moments with them, because they're great. I mean, they're not only great actors,
And showing them that it's okay to be silly and play and be creative. And when you're in the sandbox and you're creating scenes, you know, there's a terrific script and there's a great cinematographer and we have this gorgeous setting. But your job as a performer is to be greater than the sum of all those parts and bring some kind of unexpected magic. And you can't force that. It's like, it's just, you hope and you pray that the Toronto Blue Jays will win tonight. But I'm just putting into the universe because, you know. So it's like that. You just, you know your team can win and you just want them, sorry, I'm doing it again. I'll just be over here.
I turn everything to a sports
I might
analogy
check my
as well,
phone.
So, yeah, absolutely. I think I already know the answer to this, but who breaks character most in a scene? And who's responsible?
What do
for
you
it?
think?
Yeah, I mean, I think I know. I've known Michael Webley for all of an hour, but I think it's you.
And I would wholeheartedly disagree because I'm always in character. So there's no breaking a character that you're always in.
He did it again. How did you talk your way out of
The
everything?
world within the world.
I am from a family of many children, and you learn to figure out how to get to that box of Lucky Charms before your younger brother.
I feel the improv skills are strong here. How much improvisation is there in Tony and Ziva? How many times did you guys just trust your instincts and it actually made it to what we saw? Cody, feel free to jump in.
You know, I have to say this because I wasn't present for a lot of it, but Michael went off script, and he actually had a
You don't
scene-
say.
He actually had a scene that he was doing with James Lance, the child psychologist, and he did his own little thing. And in that improv, he found something quite beautiful that he tapped into, and that scene actually made it to the show. So,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes you have these great moments where you're able to tap into something because you riff, you know, on a theme, and he found something great. So I'm all for it. Plus, who knows the character more than you?
Yeah, and when we first started the show, Don Belisario, the creator of Magnum PI and Quantum Leap and JAG and all these great shows besides NCIS, told me right when we first started, he said, I already wrote the script, I know what happens. Surprise me. And so the Nozo was born.
Fantastic. Okay, so obviously the fans are passionate. The fans, the NCIS fans, the Tony and Ziva fans are passionate all over the world. What is the weirdest fan gift you guys have ever received, and do you still have it? And those people say some weird stuff.
Well, no, it's not a fan gift. I actually had something, and this is a funny story. I think I've talked about it, but it's been a while. Mark Harmon had this thing where he one day found out that I was, you know, that I didn't like cockroaches. And so he tried very hard to do something that had to do with that, but it backfired. But one day I came into my trailer, and there was a little lizard hanging on a noose from a tiny little light, and a note attached to its neck that said, I couldn't take it anymore. And it was the funniest thing ever. And I remember going in and being like, ah! And then being like, what? And there's a note? And I got close and it was like, I couldn't take it anymore. I was like,
That's very Mark Harmon.
That spider has terrific penmanship.
Yeah, I got a little German Shepherd, little like Lego or some little things that I kept in my desk for a long time, and I still have them. And they were sent to me by a dear fan, and I still deeply, probably 15, 18 years ago. So
I will say this, I was in Berlin, and there was a woman, a girl, who traveled from far away, and she had gone through a lot, and she wrote me this incredible letter. And while she was traveling on a bus, she made this beautiful bracelet, and I have it, and it's sitting right by my night table.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, and you know, and it was this really heartfelt letter, and when she said, I made this for you, and I was like, thank you, and then I thought, I may never see her again, and I'm just gonna put it right by my night table. Hopefully that she feels the energy.
That's very sweet. How did you not think of that first? You thought of the cockroach first. That's such a perfect, beautiful answer.
Because I think you said something like funny or strange, and that's
Right.
not funny or strange, that's beautiful.
That is
But
beautiful,
I thought,
yeah.
well, that comes from a fan, so I might as well put that in.
You're right, it was my fault. I'm sorry, everybody.
Thank you.
I screwed this up, didn't I? And you have just been to Pablo.
All right, we got a few minutes left here. Want to finish on? So do we want to? You guys want to do? You want me to do rapid fire or a question about romance? What do you guys want? Romance. Rapid fire. Okay. Sorry, what did you say, Cody?
No, I didn't say anything.
I don't think you got a vote. It was a fan thing here. Okay. All right. So here, this is rapid fire. Okay. So Cody, give me one word to describe Tony.
Charming.
Michael, one word to describe Ziva. Take your time.
Fantastic.
Who is more like their character in real life? I also feel like I know the answer to this question.
Tony.
Yes. Okay, so if Tony and Ziva had a day off, No danger, no missions, like just off. What are they doing together? Well, keep it
Oh,
PG.
you're so good at this.
Oh, I mean, we sleep in, right? Are we together? I'm assuming we're together, right?
Yes, it's Tony and Ziva, so yes.
Tony, okay, so we're
Don't
together.
letting you.
So we sleep in. Maybe I make a little breakfast in bed, if you know what I'm talking about. And then I think I have a scooter, a Vespa scooter outside, and we get on a scooter and we go out around town. You don't know where we're going, but I have a friend who's a helicopter pilot. And he takes us on a helicopter ride around the Eiffel Tower. We get clearance from the air traffic. And then we land at up by Montmartre, Sacre-Cœur, and I take you to a little tiny movie theater where we get to watch your favorite movie, which you didn't realize.
Which is?
Which is Lars von Trier's
Breaking the Waves.
Breaking the Waves. It's Breaking the Waves, Lars von Trier. It's Dogma 95. And then after we come out of that, we meet some strangers and we day drink with them and walk all the way back down.
I'm exhausted. I mean, this day is exhausting.
And then I lose you in a crowd. But then it was a prank. And then when I find you, I'm dressed like a giant cockroach. And it's a Kafka-esque nod to the cockroach from Metamorphosis. It's a literary reference. I'm going deep.
I'm gonna need you to be a little more specific. Okay, I'm gonna ask this one to Cody. If Michael and Cody had a day off, not Tony and Ziva, Michael and Cody had a day off, what would you do? Please don't say same answer, because that's super weird.
I would probably allow him to sleep in, even though he wakes up fairly early. So I'd be able to like set up like a training session for you, which I think you'd like. But after, I'm not saying anything. He touches his belly and goes. I would then maybe make you a little breakfast. That would be fun.
I like where this is going.
But then I'd be like, hey, you've got a couple of hours to do whatever you want.
You're gonna leave me alone.
No, because I know you like your alone time. Hey, I'm giving you
A lot
a
of
gift.
respect.
Okay, but then I may say, but at 12, you have a massage. Good.
So far I slept in, but I got in a workout, breakfast, and a massage.
They're very, very different things.
I'm exhausted.
We're gonna finish on a.
You earned it. You earned it. And then at some
These
point,
people
like
are
a really
waiting for
great
the next
dinner.
screening.
We're gonna finish on a non-Tony and Ziva question.
There's a Cooper Sutherland screening after this. These people have been waiting for an
It's a real simple one, and you guys can answer this one too. Rapid fire. The winner of the Blue Jays Mariners game tonight will be
Blue Jays!
There we go, guys. Give it up one more time for Michael Weatherly and Cody to Pablo. Make sure you are tagging. Tag Paramount Plus, tag NCIS first. Again, this drops next Thursday, so no spoilers on social. Check out the reception, get something to drink, get something to eat. We're heading over to the reception.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you, guys. We'll see you tomorrow morning on the Pooja and Granit Show.